I want to take you a little deeper today into the manifestation, the creation process. And the thing is, there are a lot of methods out there. There are a lot of concepts, a lot of step-by-step guidances, a lot of things that you should do and that you should not do in order to experience what you truly want to experience. And I have studied for many years. I studied neuroscience, I studied quantum physics, I studied epigenetics, how the change is actually happening. But somehow it all felt very much here in my mind, wanting to have it all figured out. So then what I was forgetting was that magic that just can't be explained. What I was forgetting is the ease that I was actually looking for. Because when I started that journey, what I wanted to create was pleasure, ease, and freedom. But I was just holding on to other concepts that again told me how to do it, how to create what I want to create. And I got all hooked up in all that kind of stuff. I woke up at 4 a.m. because that's the best time to meditate. I meditated for hours. I did breath work. I did work with my emotions. I did feel my emotions. I did it all. I journaled, I wrote it down. I got clear about what it is that I want, who I want to be. But it just did not happen the way I wanted it to happen. Because my desire was ease, my desire was freedom, my desire was pleasure. But what the steps that I was following, what I was doing, was not fully pleasure. It was not fully ease. It was like a lot of hard work to get where I want to get. So then I opened up for ease and for pleasure and freedom once again. And I recognized what matters the most is what I believe is true. If I believe it has to be hard, then it is going to be hard. If I believe it takes a lot of effort, then it takes a lot of effort. If I believe I have to fight for it, if I believe I'm not worthy to have it right now, if I believe I first need to do X, Y, Z to then be, that's exactly what I'm creating. And this is something that I am observing very often, that we're actually separating ourselves from the ease, from the pleasure, from the freedom that we want to experience. And the other day I was reading a book by Neville Goodwill. It was about the law of assumption. And somehow it brought in that ease, that pleasure, that freedom, that playfulness that I was looking for. Because the law of assumption assumes whatever I assume. So if I am assuming that I am it now, that's my assumption. And somehow that assumption really opens me up quickly, opens me up now, reminding me that it is easy, that it's a choice right now, every moment, that I'm it. So I no longer then go into trying to figure out who do I have to be, how do I have to think, how do I have to feel. It's like that enforcement. Instead, I'm dropping in. I'm assuming it's already done. I'm assuming that desire is already fulfilled. And that assumption, that kind of takes that weight off my shoulders. Because it's already done. It's already done. So then when it's already done, how do I feel? I feel at ease. I feel very relaxed. I feel I can do anything. I feel powerful. I feel limitless. I feel passionate. I feel in awe. I feel ignited because I know what else is out there for me to experience, for me to create. I feel playful. Aha. So then that's the state that I want to be in. And then it's no longer about doing certain things in order to, because it's already done. All I'm doing is I'm showing up as it. So then showing up as it means that I'm divinely guided. I don't need to force anything. I don't need to control anything. I don't need to do certain things in order to. I know it's already done. So all I gotta do is show up. Show up with that passion, with that pleasure, with that knowingness. And that is you in your self-expression. You're no longer separate from it. You're no longer lacking it. You're no longer trying to figure it out. You're connected with it. You became one with it. You are it. Your frequency is just very elevated, connected to source. And it's no longer about fighting. It's no longer about proving. It's about being. And this is where you feel the love for yourself, the love for creation, the excitement for creation. What else is possible? You start asking yourself different kind of questions. You connect with yourself differently. You start seeing yourself differently. You experience yourself differently. So then that's the journey towards ease, knowing that it's already done, knowing that you know exactly what to do, knowing that it's all about pleasure and ease and freedom because this is what you chose. So all you gotta do is show up. Show up as it, because your assumption is you're it. And then you gotta convince yourself of this assumption in those moments where you might forget. You gotta convince yourself. You make it all about that. Convincing yourself the way you're seeing yourself, the way you're feeling about yourself. And then that whole creation process becomes fun. You're no longer attached to it because you know it already happened. You know it's already done. This is when you start witnessing your manifestations, your creations unfolding in front of you while you are full on pleasure. That's what I wish you to experience. And it's simple. I want you to open up for ease and for pleasure and for anything else that you want to experience. But remember, it all is about you. You following you. You seeing yourself the way you have to see yourself. You feeling yourself the way you gotta feel yourself. You experiencing yourself the way you gotta experience yourself. Now is all that matters. You're just planting the seeds. You're watering the seeds. That's how it's working. Even though you might not see the full picture yet, even though it might not visible yet, you're making it visible with your awareness, with you showing up as it, watering it. And then all of a sudden it's there, faster than you can look. And that's the power of you. You owning it. You knowing you can create anything you want when you're plugged into you, following you, nobody else than you. Being convinced that you have all the answers, that you are always successful, that you know exactly what you gotta do, that everything you're doing works, everything you want is there for you to be experienced. Now.